Users still stuck in restriction purgatory. Let's shine a light on this issue and help them find resolution. What's up, everybody? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your CryptoPro.
Yay!
And today we have a very special video that comes at a specific request from members of my very own Telegram group.
Woo!
Centered on discussion of VeVe collecting. Apparently, there are still a lot of users that are remaining in restricted mode on the app. As I'm told, there were several thousand people that accidentally were restricted for some unknown reason. And then many of these people have found resolution and have had the restriction removed. But I'm being told that there are several hundred people that remain stuck in the restricted purgatory, where they are not allowed to sell or buy on the market, or also send and receive gems or items from one user to another. So today we're going to discuss that. But before we start, let me let you know right now, turn off the FUD alarm. Calm down, take a deep breath, and please don't get anxious and nervous and start screaming, FUD, FUD, this is just negative information. The goal here today with this video is to shed light on a situation to help the people who are still affected. We want to give them a helping hand because I'm being told that there are no content creators that are bringing this to the forefront. I am not afraid to help out, and I am especially happy to help the people that are in my own discussion group to get through this problem, because some of those users that are in my group have helped me with information on drops, with strategy, with solving problems, with researching into the NFT market. And I owe them, I have a depth of gratitude for all of the great information that I've received from these outstanding users that are in my group.
Yay!
So I promised them that I would help out and spread the word and produce this video so we can shed some light on the situation and hopefully get the ear of somebody on the Ecomi team so that they can finally have that improper restriction released. So let's start out with a little bit of humor, and then we're going to actually share some of the stories that were given to me by the users in my group. So this is just for fun. We see here we've got a little board meeting at VeVe headquarters, and we've got the head honcho here saying, what could we do to boost our public image and keep users happy? And one member says, giveaways. The other says, drops. And one says, unrestrict everyone, maybe? And then in the last pane, we see he gets thrown out of the window. Just a little bit of humor there. Now, we know that there's no ill intent. We know that this is not done on purpose, or at least I don't think that any of this is being done to harm people and to specifically target them and hold them back. But we don't know what the reason is. There are several theories that are out there, but we have not been given the exact answers. And as we have seen in Twitter conversations, sometimes the VeVe team can tend to respond to complaints or to issues and difficulties where it sounds like they're a little bit annoyed. And I don't think that's their intent. I think the reason why we see this happening is because they don't have a public relations professional who is trained in how to speak to customers and the public in such manner that they don't come off in the wrong way. As companies grow, they eventually get to the point where there is a dire need for a professional in communications. But as companies are in the beginning stages, they may not have the budget to have a communications professional to speak on their behalf so that they are not putting out comments that are taken the wrong way and offending people. So that's a little bit about what has been going on with the social media, but let's jump into some of the stories And I will just read these off so you can get an idea of what's going on. Now, none of these are verified. A couple of these people I don't know. However, the people who are in my group, I know very well and very personally. One who goes by the name of Dr. Strange. Shout out to the doctor, Sharif.
Yay!
He has gone through this and is a personal story, and we stay in close contact. So I know that the people who are in my group, these stories are valid. But one of the stories here was shared from another group. But all that to say, I fully believe that this is going on. All right, so let's start with the first story here. And while I am reading these, I've got some really cool techno background music that comes from the days of web TV. I don't know if most of you all would even remember web TV, but it was a cool little device that allowed you to hook to the internet while you were on your television set. So we're going to kick off the light background music to set the mood, and then we'll share the first story. Here it is, and I quote, "I joined in March, and I've been a loyal follower since. I am a 53-year-old mom," apparently this lady is from Great Britain, "with a very sick child and spend lots of whole days regularly in the hospital with her having treatment. I got to the app to help entertain her while in the hospital, and we also do marketplace together and sometimes the drops. On the 10th of October, I bought 2 comics in the Thanos drop, and straight after I was restricted. I have no idea why I have been restricted, as I only use my iPhone 11 and just press the buy button with my finger. I have now been restricted 16 days. Very sad story. All right, let's go to the second story here. I am an OMI holder and VeVe fan. Started my collectibles hunt since March, and I have always gotten my drops through my phone from the OG days of Clockgate and AlignGate, but none of my purchases were done illegitimately. No bots, no emulator. However, I was handed the market access restriction since October 5th after the Fantastic Four comic drop. Weeks of waiting, and all I get is copy and paste VeVe support ticket replies. No estimated date for the removal of restrictions. The extreme lack of VeVe content creators willing to step forward and address this issue is a major red flag and of utmost importance to resolve, as they are playing with people's investment saddens me. I got my friends and family to VeVe because I truly believe in this project. However, what if they got restricted too? How will I explain to my 7-year-old nephew that we cannot transfer collectibles with each other because the VeVe team might red flag our account as bots or suspicious activity that will require investigation for indefinite time frame? Now that's a very good story, and I will say that I too am disappointed that more content creators have not spoken up. But again, I'm not afraid. There's nothing for me to lose. I am a miniature VeVe whale. I have 458 items right now. So I think that I am safe to be able to speak up for people and not receive some type of backlash. Well, let's move on to the next story. This one is pretty long, but I'll try to zip through it the best that I can. Been here since March. Never had any purchases of gems or collectibles outside the app. However, I did have a few collectibles transferred to my account from other accounts, winning giveaways, some donations from VeVe Fam, and some from accounts owned by people I personally know. My first collectible is from a Twitter giveaway. After that, everything was history. Came to the app to flip my way with little savings I have. Goal was to make money to be in a better financial condition. However, as time flew, I got attached to some collectibles, enjoyed their beauty, loved the community and the team. I've always cheered on the team and understood how the VeVe startup company has been having struggles with the unexpected massive growth, but have always trusted that the team behind can pull through. I got restricted on October 7th, 19 days ago. I did not think the market restriction, which I confidently thought was a mistake on VeVe's part, was going to last for more than 3 days. I don't know at what level my confidence is VeVe today, previously had been at 100%, despite the many problems, issues the team has experienced. This time is different. This time they are technically withholding our assets from us. Although we can still play with them, I can't sell or transfer my collectibles or gems. VeVe allows us to add more gems to our account and participate in drops. Good. But I don't understand the logic when I don't even know when and if my account will be given back to me without restriction. The TOS says, if VeVe opts to terminate my account, they will restrict our account indefinitely for the sole purpose that we can sell and transfer our assets. But since they have not yet made any decision, they are restricting my account indefinitely. We do not even have clear case-to-case answers as to why the restrictions are happening to us. Where is the fairness when the community influencers are immediately unrestricted and do not even speak anything about it? Yes, the show must go on, but shouldn't this issue be a priority that needs to be resolved? All of the other guys in the VeVe fam who have not experienced any restrictions say that anyone who asks about restrictions and unrestrictions are fudders, as if that is a bad thing to ask. I get that the VeVe team might be a small team and it takes time to go through each account manually, but the team has already seen massive growth since March. I have been patient for months. I have always defended the team when dates have been pushed back. Okay, so we continue on, and you can read some of this yourself if you want to hit pause. The frustration continues, and that is completely understandable. That's quite a story. Quite a story. The last thing I want to share is this. One of my group members said to me in the chat on Telegram, you might get a lot of flack and hate for helping us, but hats off to you for however you will be helping. I just hope this opens the eyes of other VeVe members to reality, or the reality. Yes, the restrictions are definitely FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, but we are not FUDding VeVe. That's a great point. We are experiencing fear, uncertainty, and doubt firsthand. I'm very glad that that was shared in my group. And that is a point that we want to make, that this is not negative propagation of information for the sole purpose of putting down the VeVe team and this VeVe community and app that we all love. However, it is unfair to be branded a fudder for bringing to light something that is a negative issue that you are experiencing with no resolution. So that's why I'm glad to bring this up. Oh, I can stop my background music now. I hope you enjoyed that techno background music from the old days of web TV. But as I was saying, I am just glad to be able to speak up for those who are still stuck in the restriction jail. All throughout my life, I have been one to stand up for the downtrodden, for the people who are at a disadvantage, for the people who are seeking help. It's been my life mission to help people in many different ways, as I am a motivational speaker, life coach, whatever you want to call me, and I reach out in my own community, speaking at the local high schools, the local grade schools, talking at colleges and universities about careers, about setting life goals and making accomplishments and helping those that feel that they don't have any open doors. Well, it's the same here. I'm here to speak out for those of you that are still restricted, and I want to help to force that door open so you can get an answer. Now, what can you do to help to make this request for assistance to VeVe turn into a reality? Well, you can share it with your friends and your family. You can share it on Twitter. You can share it on your social media. And please share it in a positive way. Let's keep this positive, and maybe if we can kick up enough dust and stir up enough action on social media, we will be heard by VeVe. As of right now, the Ecomi team may not know that I exist. Yes, I did have a club banger of a video back in the early days in February when my first video covering the VeVe market got over 40,000 views. I did reach out to the team and I had asked for an interview in the beginning, as several of the new content creators were landing actual VeVe team members onto their channels for questions and answers. But I was told we really don't have time. So because of that, I'm not really well known by the team. But if we share this enough, maybe we can get an answer. Maybe they will hear it. Maybe we'll be put on the radar. I'd like you to post your comments below and let me know if you are currently restricted, if you have been restricted and were released, and how long of time that it took you to become unreleased. Also, share with me if there was anything that you specifically did that you think allowed you to be released from restriction, because maybe that information could help someone else out. Let's keep it positive. Let's share and let's help one another and continue to provide positive feedback, help, and interaction for this community so we can have a successful experience as we are along this VeVe journey, helping one another with the hope that we can all arrive at a place where we can be financially empowered and blessed in this NFT market. I want to thank you all for joining me, and let's keep hope alive and pass the good word. This is Carlton, and I am done. See ya.